Today we will be discussing Scylla and Charybdis. Scylla, a sea monster of gray rock near Charybdis. Scylla has 6 heads and is known to eat 1 sailor per head. Charybdis, a large, dangerous whirlpool in the sea. Scylla and Charybdis. Let's begin. But scarcely had that island faded in the blue air than I saw smoke, and white water, with sound of waves and tumult, a sound the men heard, and it terrified them. Oars flew from their hands, the blades went knocking, wild alongside, till the ship lost way, with no oar blades to drive her through the water. While I walked, and down from bow to stern, trying to put my heart into them, standing over every oarsman, saying gently, "Friends, have we never been in danger before this? More fearsome is it now than when the Cyclops penned us in this cave. What power he had! Did I not keep my nerve and use my wits to find a way out for us? Now I say, by crook or crook, this peril shall be something that we remember. Heads up, lads! We must obey the orders as I give them. Get the oar shafts in your hands, and lay back hard on your benches. Hit these breaking seas. Zeus, help us pull away before we founder. You, at the tiller, listen and take in all that I say. The rudders are your duty. Keep her out of the cumbers and the smoke. Steer for the headland. Watch the drift, or we fetch up the smother, and you drown us." That was all, and it brought them round to action. But as I sent them on towards Scylla, I told them nothing, as they could do nothing. They would have dropped their oars again in panic to roll for cover under the decking. Circe's bidding against arms had slipped my mind, so I tied my cuirass and took up 2 heavy spears, then made my way along the foredeck, thinking to see her first from there, the monster of the gray rock harboring torment for my friends. I strained my eyes upon the cliffside veiled in the clouds, but nowhere could I catch sight of her. In travail, sobbing, gaining on the current, we rowed into the strait Scylla to port, and on the starboard seam, Charybdis, dire gorge of the salt sea tide. By heaven! When she vomited, all the sea was like a cauldron seething over intense fire, when the mixture suddenly heaves and rises. The shot spume, soared in the lakeside heights, and fell like rain, but when she swallowed the sea watered down, we saw the funnel of the maelstrom, heard the rock bellowing all around, the dark sand raged on the bottom far below. Men all blanched against the gloom, our eyes were fixed upon the yawning mouth in fear of being devoured. Then Scylla made her strike, whisking 6 of my best men from the ship. I happened to glance aft at shipped oarsmen and caught sight of their arms and legs dangling high overhead. Voices came down to me in anguish, calling my name for every last time. A man surf-casting on a point of rock, for bass or mackerel, whipping his long rod to drop the sinker in the bale far out. Will hook a fish and rip it from the surface, to dangle wriggling through the air. So these were borne aloft in spasms towards the cliff. She ate them as they shrieked there, in her den, and the dire grapple, reaching still for me, and deathly pity ran through me. At the sight, far the worst I suffered, questioning the passes of the strange sea. We rowed on. The rocks were now behind, Charybdis too, and Scylla dropped astern. Okay, so now your homework is, in these lines, how does Odysseus show his heroic leadership qualities? The line states, "She ate them as they shrieked there in her den, in the dire grapple, reaching still for me, and deathly pity ran through me at that sight. Far the worst I ever suffered, questioning the passes of the strange sea." Number 2 says, "What demand does Odysseus make of his men as they approach the rough waters?" And number 3 states, "In a couple of complete sentences, give a summary of Scylla and Charybdis' story in your own words." Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. Miss you.